Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Saturday Night Live and Rambling. Here tonight with Miss Ellen, the lovely and gracious Miss Ellen. Appreciate y'all joining us, or if it's after hours, viewing us after hours. Been an interesting week, obviously. How is everyone? I see new tricks, Laura, hedgehogs hanging in there. For me, it's been a busy week. This is the last week of school, and so I've got kids trying to finish up honors projects and theses, and got defenses going on. You're getting all the papers at the end of the semester to grade. So I've been pretty jammed. And I know Ellen's had a lot going on as well. New Tricks just kind of summed it up. It has been a week. Yes, it has.
And for those of you who, I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. This is going to be hard. Secret sent me a message at 11:24 a.m. I will never forget that time. Last Saturday morning. And she said, "Ooh, Ellen, can you do me a favor?" And I said, "What's up?" "Anything for you, dear." And I never heard back from her. And after several hours, I reached out to all the LawTube community and said, something is very, very wrong. And they thought I was nuts, of course. Who wouldn't? Some random person just messaging everyone. And Ian called Glasgow police. I don't have international calling. And they checked on her and said, she's fine. She's jovial. She's great. And I said, that can't be true. Something's wrong. So I was losing my mind and blowing up all of LawTube. Police checked again. She's fine. Apparently, she had someone there helping her with her birds who was answering the door every time. No one checked an ID. No one made sure it was her. She had been passed out in her bed. Not too long after the second time the police came, an ambulance was called, and she was taken to the hospital. Sorry. Secret, or Azzy's, as we know now, friend Paul, reached out to Toots, or Zan's Tired, and let her know what was going on. She called me. And then I urged her to contact Ian of Uncle the Bailey. Because he was a trusted friend who knew her well and could help. And we're all just trying to process everything. Secret is she was a very, very, very special human. We talked 20, 30 times a day about all the things for many months. Um, I love her. I love these pictures. Paul sent me this one of her on an email. And to be honest, I kept to myself for a while because I just wanted it for me. And I know that's selfish, but I just needed the kindness to be able to have that moment with her with this picture that Clay's showing you. Secret was a very, very, very special human. And I yelled at Chunk yesterday for chasing a squirrel. But she will always be in my heart. And I think all of you understand that. I think all of you who knew her or had an exchange with her at some point knew that she was a good human. And she brought everyone together and made many communities what they are. And I will always be grateful to her and what she's done for YouTube. It's funny, I used to call her the magical secret squirrel. That's before I even knew that she actually was in a magic show, which was kind of funny. Anyway, I should probably stop. I just...
No, you're fine. Ellen was closer to Secret than I was. She talked to her many times a day, either text or actual conversations, and they had grown very close. I did not have per se a personal relationship with her. I really just knew her from our conversations, on the channel and about the channel, and a few conversations about some other things that we did. But she was a unique spirit. And it just showed through almost her every conversation. She had a rare gift, a rare ability to. She was a peacekeeper. She
Very
did not
much so.
want controversy, stress, anger, trials, arguing, disputes. And I hope that if we take anything away from the time and memories of her, it is that we try to, we admire her for that. I think everyone admires her for that. And so let us try to learn from that and adapt that in our own lives. It's easier to say than do, obviously. There are so few people with that with that grace. But, I get tired and grumpy. You remember the old Snickers ads of where you've got the fussy diva and you throw a Snicker bar at her? Been a few times this week I needed one of the, huge Snicker bars beating me over the head. But I think of Secret, and it's weird. I never met her. Didn't know her personally, but I felt a tremendous sense of loss at times. She just had that gift. And so tonight, that's kind of why we're taking a few moments. She was a huge help to this channel. I and Ellen are kind of having to mod tonight because Secret was our mod. And she was our mod from very, very early on.
When we didn't even need one. We just,
Yeah.
she wanted to mod, you know, she was like, I'm going to help you. I was like, okay.
She was really very excited and invested in this channel and a great encourager for us to do it and to keep on. And that just, that meant a lot because she appreciated our time and efforts. And that really is the reason she modded. Most everybody knows she was, having a hard time, had some hard circumstances with cancer and otherwise. And being online was kind of like, well, one, it kept her busy. It kept her occupied. She had the ability to moderate 3 or 4 channels at a time.
And then talk to me on Discord at the same time.
Yeah, she was a communicator. And I think that's one reason why Ellen was really terribly, terribly concerned and agitated at the time. It wasn't, there was the intuition, but there was also the reality. Secret was not communicating. And she was a huge communicator.
I heard all the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, the whatever. We would be talking, and I would say, oh, honey, I forgot to say hey to you on stream because we're talking on Discord or Twitter or whatever it was. And she would just laugh.
Yeah, Hedgehog, sums it up. You can measure a person's legacy by the ripples of impact that they had. It's okay to have secondhand grief or be a middle person or be overwhelmed. And I am not a terribly emotional person.
He's not.
I was raised, big boys don't cry because, my father, and I see the logic in it, I needed to be able to develop the ability to keep my emotions in check at those most critical times, to keep my wits about me, to be able to think and develop strategies or whatever. But there, maybe I'm just getting old and mellowing or whatever. But Secret's death is painful. The adage Paul wrote, death, where's thy victory? Where's thy sting? Well, we're not there yet. Death still has a sting. And Secret's demise was just way too early, way too quick. And we will miss her personally, professionally, and practically. She was just a joy and encouragement in our lives. And so that's one thing we wanted this channel to be, was to embody those things. And Secret was a perfect example of it and moderator for it. So I've got.
Can you
now everybody? Ellen, you saying something?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Ian was sending me a message, and I'm trying to do all things. Ian is in. Oh God, he's got a conference. But he says that he is going to hop on next time. He has got a lot of stuff going right now.
Okay. Yeah, we invited Ian and a few friends of Secret on if they wanted to share a little bit or whatever.
Well, Ian said he owes us an appearance.
Do what?
Ian says he owes us an appearance, but he's in a tough space too right now.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but he owes us nothing. But it's kind of him to say. We do look forward, maybe to being able to host him one time. But
I wanted you to put the link to Secret's fundraiser for funeral.
Yes. Let me.
You can sing like Rob and Kurt do if you want to, or hum like Alita does.
I am scared, even knowing them as I do, I'm scared I could not be in their league. Singing is not something I often get asked to do. Here's the website. It's justgiving.com. Then you've got
Can
some
you just
gobbledygook after it. We have it on our website under the
can you
comments.
post it, pin it, or put it on a thing across the bottom? What do you call those
Banner.
things? Yes, that.
How about a banner?
Sorry, I can't think.
Yes, you're seeing what is a. I admit it. I suck as a mod.
Yeah, not a mouse. We've all been to too many. The first one I ever went to, the first funeral, was for my 18-month-old cousin, and that was a toughie, no doubt. But Secret was just so awesome.
Yeah, I know many of you have given, but if you haven't, if you look down through the donations, these are all in pounds, but 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even just a little bit would help. The money is being raised by a friend of Secret's who took care of her, who was at the hospital with her, and who is handling her funeral arrangements and her birds. So he doesn't have a lot of money to bury her. So we're trying to chip in a little bit.
And the money that we raised before is going into probate.
Yeah, it won't be able to be touched until it works its way through the courts.
No.
So
and Paul usually emails me every day, if not several times a day, just kind of letting me know where he is. I sent him the picture of or the picture that Rob posted of the wood, I guess you call it engraving, that he did for Secret.
And for those of y'all who don't know, Rob is lumber and law, and
Law and
Ian
lumber.
is law and lumber, and Ian is Runkle of the Bailey.
I think they all have that here.
Yeah, both have very good YouTubes.
And he just thought that was awesome. And to see that Secret McSquirrel thing that Rob made. I don't know what you call it. It's a wood engraving, wood carving, wood on the machine. I don't know. I'm not good with all that, and honestly, I'm exhausted. But Paul has searched through all the things. He can't find any wishes that Secret had for what happens to her if she passes. There's no will. There's nothing. And he has searched her house, her computer, everything. And unfortunately, he has had to do what Secret didn't want to do, which was contact her estranged family. And there's no hate here. We do not do this with Paul. He is so overwhelmed. He is trying to handle all of this all by himself. And he told me in the beginning, he's like, she does not want this. And he sent me an email today. He said, I had to. I didn't know what else to do. Like, I don't have the answers. So anyway, I think we're going to go through some.
What we're going to focus on here is not, necessarily really the details of her personal life. We want to just kind of honor her and celebrate her. Um, and these are some of the comments that, pulled off this afternoon. They're not exhaustive and they're not comprehensive, but thought that um, it was a good way to describe or understand the impact that Secret had, even if it was just over the internet. To the most incredible person, thank you for all you did. It's not much, especially considering how much you gave. LawTube will never be the same. A great friend to many, she is and will be missed by all. Thank you for being a light in this community. You'll be missed. It was a pleasure to see your name in the stream or on Twitter. I feel that I have lost a friend. You will be missed by so many people. I'm just shattered. I will miss our lovely, funny chats. Your legacy will live and love to your family. May your heart dance amongst the heather and your soul roar through the glens. Until we meet again, lovely, delightful lady.
All right, baby. I click off screen because all the arrows.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know why it does that. I'm sorry. We've talked with StreamYard and followed their recommendations, and it's just a glitch in the system. I can't see it on mine, so apologize for all the glitter there. But a few of the other comments, you can go on and stroll down and look through them. But thank you for being a friend and confidant. Your kindness showed in everything you did. You're going to be missed terribly. We'll miss your kind words and amazing attitude towards life and others. Even in hard times, you were positive and lifted others up, pouring your all into helping. We'll never see squirrels the same. Wonderful woman brought such delight, no matter which channel she was a mod. Her warm presence has left and will continue to leave a gap. For all my friends who wanted to donate but couldn't, I know it's not much, but they should be represented too. Much love to her favorite squirrel. There are several people who commented that they couldn't give much. And, I'm just reminded of the story of the widow's mite. To those who don't have much, giving a little is more than to those who have an abundance and give out of their abundance. So if you can give 5 or 10 pounds, anything helps, but
even 2 pounds.
I know Squirrel would deeply appreciate those gifts. Helping out our friend Paul. A few other comments. I love you, Squirrel. You are the kindest, funniest, bravest soul. You had the biggest heart and one of the best friends anyone could ever ask for. We will miss you every day, always. Secret was the best of us. I will miss her terribly. For a wonderful human, so generous with her time and wisdom. You're in my thoughts. You impacted the entire law nerd community for the best. We needed your kind and gentle guidance. We're better for interacting with you. We will never forget. Rest now. Isn't it so amazing how the beauty and magic of this special lady can be felt by so many who've never met her in person? Thank you for this opportunity to give. So that, hopefully is, I can't call it a fitting testimony to her, because I just think she's one of those people that it's really impossible to describe with words. But that's probably as good as we can give. And
your fight is over, my friend.
And I think she would appreciate that. She had a hard time. And I pray now she's found the peace that she longed for.
Me too. And we will see you again.
We will see you again. Anybody that wants to add anything, please feel free.
I think Anonymous had something to say.
Thanks for this. I had a few dialogues with her on other channels. I am sorry for the loss. I am not much for wakes and funerals. I've been to too many. I can name that tune in one note, Anonymous Mouse. I just it just makes me mad. I'm almost mad at her for leaving us too early.
She did.
But I am thankful that I got to know her, even if for only a brief time. I would have preferred doing that than, quote, never having met her at all.
Oh, you would have. Anyone who's never met her or known her is missing out.
Yeah. So we will miss her, but always remember her. She was so kind to me. She was just a kind and gentle soul.
She was kind to everyone.
And that's amazing. And it's a commentary that the rest of us should take to heart. There is not enough kindness in this world.
There's not.
And, you know, I remember C.S. Lewis is my favorite author. And one time he said, the hardness of God is softer than the kindness of men. And so, you know, sometimes with my students, I'm not terribly empathetic. I am sometimes rather stern, direct, whatever. There's a time and a place. But the goal is, are we acting out of our own self-interest, or are we trying to do the best for someone else? And I have no doubt that Secret consistently, constantly had the thought of trying to do the best for somebody else. It had become almost natural to her. And I think that's what was so awesome about her. Hedgehog, any one person's words can't tell the whole story, but together we can sing the tapestry of her life. True, very true. Brentwood Chick, I chuckled when I read Paul's statement on just giving about how her real life knew nothing about her YouTube life. Yeah, I got to admit, I was a little surprised by that as well. She was a private person, so I guess it makes sense. But she made it seem like she was so open and conversant and intimate online that you had a hard time finding out or knowing that she really hid a lot of pains and a lot of hurts.
She did.
And but the YouTube life gave her a sense of value, a sense of being needed.
It gave her a purpose. She did it because she didn't know what else to do to make her feel like she was needed. The YouTube community was everything to her, and she was so good at it. She did everything. She did more than anyone else that I can even think of. And God bless her. I'm going to miss her every single day. And I can't imagine never getting another message from her or never seeing her on another stream.
She definitely left a hole.
And a lot of us are beating ourselves up, going, if we could have done something sooner, or if we would have. I'm learning to let that go.
And part of it is, to her credit, Secret didn't complain. She didn't make her
Well,
situation or difficulties necessarily known.
she didn't. No. Um,
She
I
would
just
try
saw
to cheer
Sandra,
you up before she would tell you that she was in pain.
of course. But to her close friends, we knew what was going on with her.
Yeah.
And Sandra knows that.
I
Um,
think you eventually found out, but it took a while.
yeah, I mean, she doesn't just. Thank you, Sandra. Um, that's really sweet. You're gonna make me cry, Sandra. Just um, she was loved. There's no doubt by everyone in this community. She was loved,
She was
and she
loved.
loved all of you.
She loved, was loved, and is missed. May she find the joy that she was seeking that she couldn't find here.
I hate it when I read that big. Don't do that. I'm gonna change that. Sorry. So our little squirrel down there at the bottom, and please, if you can, if you haven't already, please donate. Sandra, can you pin that link? I don't know how. You know I'm retarded when it comes to YouTube. She is our angel squirrel, Sandra. Gosh, if Sandra weren't here, I would be just losing my mind right now. She's coming in to sweep up because she knows I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Secret always kind of took care of that for me. There we go. Thank you, Sandra. If you haven't donated, if you can just donate anything, it would help a lot. As you see, Clay's lights are red tonight for Squirrel and all the red hair. She loved it.
Yeah, and the idea is we don't want Paul burdened with the expenses himself. This is really a gift to Squirrel. She would not want him burdened. And we benefited so much from her that, if you can help out a little bit, please do. If you can't help out and can just send good thoughts, prayers, spread the link, then that would be great as well.
Or you
Very
can,
much appreciated.
Yeah, you can. We need to set up something people can send messages to her somehow.
All right. I have no idea how to gracefully transition from that into
There's no way to do it.
the continuation. It even pains me to do so.
Should we wait till next week? What do you guys think? Are you
We
guys
do that.
emotionally spent? Y'all let us know. Should we move on, or should we just did you see that?
Brentwood Chick, is there anything else we can do for her friend? Secret didn't have a lot of friends, apparently, in real life. I think her condition prevented her from getting out and being very social. That's why Paul was so important to her. They've been friends for 15 years.
They did
She knew him from the
cabaret,
theater. Do what?
cabaret and magic. They did cabaret and magic shows together.
Yeah, I refer to it as the theater, but not
Well, you
sure
can do whatever
exactly.
you want.
Yeah, not sure exactly what all the cabaret was, but she was a hoot. But my impression is that she didn't have a whole lot of friends trafficking to her house, and she certainly couldn't get out much. So Paul was a big aid and comfort, and we just don't want him to be terribly burdened because we know he's grieving as well, and we just don't want him having to worry about money for the final expenses and resolution of this. It is an expensive process.
That is one thing that he said to me. He said, "I don't even have time to grieve. I don't have time. I have to figure all of this out." And my heart was breaking for him because I didn't know how to help from overseas. I mean, we're hours and hours away from Scotland. Um, but he sent, sorry, Toots and I, a couple pictures, and one of them is on the fundraiser. Sorry, and the other one is the one that Clay just showed. Um, she's she was just so special. I think all of us would have loved to see one of her shows. It sounds like she was a real hoot and quite the actress. Um, I was talking to Toots today about how um, Secret said she always got hand me downs because she was one of the youngest children. And she was always mad about it because they were out of fashion. And I said, she was like the spot on fashion person when she was doing her stuff. And I bet it did make her mad. I mean, it's, the baby child of a family with other girls. I'm sure you can understand.
I actually saw a picture of her when she was in a play or a cabaret or whatever, wearing this big, colorful red dress.
Yeah. Yep.
And she just looked like a hoot,
She
an
was
absolute
just
hoot.
the star of
Yeah,
the show.
just vibrant, full of life, energetic. Most people in the theater, excuse me, are maybe a little extroverted or energetic, or particularly if they do live theater, small shows. And she certainly fit that bill. But in the time we knew her, she was, and I think that may have been part of her pain, was just not being able to get out and be around people. So uh, I was
And
kind
not
of surprised to see some of that, find some of that out after she passed. Just was from my conversations and what I knew of her, never having seen a picture or whatever, I always expected some sweet little old lady who, loved birds or whatever. And she was just a much more vibrant soul.
she was, and it's funny because, you know, she was so used to being in the spotlight, with her magic shows, and apparently they traveled all around Scotland, England, that whole area, and she was loved so much. Um, and Paul was like, "Oh my God, like she's famous on YouTube." We had no idea. And I was like, "Where is she not famous, really?" I mean, she was just the brightest light and just a wonderful human.
Yeah, it's funny. It just struck me, here was a person in the theater, but who found her greatest fame in anonymity. When it wasn't her acting or skill or whatever you appreciate up on stage that people loved. It was her actual spirit that came through in the endless conversations she had with people. Just a beautiful person.
She was, and we are her people. Is it raining? Sorry, I'm talking as I'm typing. Is it raining in your house too? I do that all the time. Clay can tell you.
Yeah. We'll be having a pseudo conversation and she'll throw out something like that. And I'm like, what?
Because I talk when I'm texting. I'm like, let me just make sure this is right. I think it's probably raining in all of our houses right now, but Secret would not want that. She would want everybody to be happy. And she would want everybody to come together. And even when she was, I know she sent Sandra and I a message. She said, I've been yelling for someone to help me for 3 hours and I realized no one was here. We were like, oh my God, how can we help? What can we do? How do we fix this? How do we fix this problem? And I know you remember that, Sandra. That was raining like crazy and lightning. I know, honey. It's just been really, really hard. But you remember that, Sandra? Yeah, that was. We were like, okay, from like 8 hours away, how do we help you from here? How does that happen? And then she said she got everything and went into her living room and she was like, I realized I forgot my inhalers. And then, of course, her, for fuck's sake, FFS, she always typed. And she was like, now I'm scared to move. And we were like, oh, Lord, honey, just talk to us. We will get through it. And where to get the water from you? We fixed it. Good. That's good. Yeah, the tears have been flowing. I know Sandra has been crying them as I have, as many have. Secret was so loved.
Isn't it amazing how a woman that you never met personally can impact you so deeply, so strongly, so intensely? And it's, how many times do you get that feeling or that relationship from somebody you have the opportunity to know in person? Not often. Not often. And she was able to do it without meeting anyone in person. Between two towns, just wanted to pop in and say hello. I'll have to watch this later and probably cry over all this. I have to finish my essay for class. Appreciate you dropping by. And I hope everything goes smoothly with your essay for your class. This has just been a hard week.
It's been a really fucking hard week. Sorry, I don't mean to use the F word, but Clay did actually, he walked out to on the porch to say hey to me today, and his eyes were red, and I knew. He doesn't often show emotion, but I knew.
Anonymous found another picture. Don't know if you have it. Please share it with us. Don't know how to post a link. Just copy and paste it in the comments. Then I can.
She'll have to either email it to you, moffatonmoney@gmail.com. That's probably the easiest way. Is that fair?
Fair to me.
She was a rare jewel, honey.
The points, it doesn't feel like it's real. I keep expecting her to pop up in chats. I would love to see it.
I look for her every day. I keep hoping she's just going to magically pop up because she's the magical secret McSquirrel. Um,
If you copy what I posted, put it into Google, it should come up. I don't see where you posted information for a Google search. Could you repost it, please? And then we'll go from there. Whoops.
Wait, hang on.
I was trying to do the same thing. Sorry. We need a mod.
Well, Sandra doesn't still realize that she can get onto StreamYard and mod from there. We're going to get you figured out, honey.
I would like to share something. I'm a mod now because of Secret. She made me what I am today. Her words of encouragement meant everything to me. She was always encouraging. That was one thing that really was helpful in this channel in getting it started and going live. I was just doing some recorded videos and wasn't going to do a live until the following built up. But she was like, no, go ahead and start doing them. We wouldn't have done it otherwise. And, we enjoy the lives now. It's become more natural. Can't say talking to a computer was initially quite natural for me.
That's why I'm here. So he has someone to look at while he's talking.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But really enjoy the camaraderie and the family we've developed with y'all. Y'all are our family. I refer to y'all as that, and that's because I feel that way. Really have grown attached to many of you, the regulars who have contributed, and who hopefully will contribute more
to the channel and to Secret and all the things. I hate to do this right now, but like, subscribe, share, all the things, if you don't mind. Sandra, when I found out all the kind things she'd said about me to content creators, still make me cry. No, Paul, I know, honey. It's hard. It's really hard. All of it is so freaking hard. And I swear everyone thought I was, batshit crazy when I was going nuts over her disappearing. I just wish I had one more day with her. I wish I would have known what she wanted, what the favor she wanted me to do for her. I would give anything to know that. I have cried so many tears this week. Clay can tell you it's stupid. I've been a mess.
The worst question to live with is what if?
What if the police would have checked the IDs? What if we would have made sure that it was Secret that was okay? What if she had been unconscious in her bed for those 8 hours during the 2 police checks? What if we could have done more? There are so many what ifs. There are so many what ifs.
Yeah.
And I would have done anything to be there.
That was the hardest thing. We even thought of trying to get there, but the flight, the getting the passport, Ella needs her passport redone. Um, just a number of things. There was no way.
Thank you, Brentwood Chick. I know, but I was literally, Ian will tell you, I was like screaming at him, going, "You have to do more." Um, I was talking to Andrew Gold and all the people and going, "Someone do something." Um, it was just really unfortunate.
Yeah, there is a practical reality that there is only so much you can do sometimes, and that's terribly frustrating. You want to do more, but you can't. There's just not the means available. There just comes a point when you have to say, I did the best I could at the time with the information I had. And
I'm trying.
that's all you can do. That is all you can do.
I'm trying. All right, I gotta bow out, guys.
Yeah,
I love y'all.
I'm
Thank you
thinking,
for being here, and I appreciate it. I'm just getting a little too. Y'all don't want to see me ball. I promise. Thanks. Night, night.
and I kind of hate to do this, but I think I would hate continuing on even more. It's kind of hard to transition from this into talking about business, money, whatever. Um, so I think we'll just, pause here, and because I doubt we're the only ones that feel a little choked up right now. Didn't want to make everybody's night or time sad, but just felt like we owed Secret a thank you, because we didn't give her enough when we had her. It just irritates me. But we'll pause here and try to pick up next Saturday. I might try. I've got a couple questions on, for example, the new housing charge for people with good credit housing industry. So I may try to do a separate little video in a day or two on that to answer that question. Really do appreciate y'all, your questions, your encouragement. Um, love to try to answer questions that you've got if something comes up that you want to see. So really very much appreciate you all. Uh, y'all go love your family, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.